Hello, fourth grade teachers. I want to quickly share a Google slideshow I created to have your students practice with multiplicative comparisons. I want to thank Kathy Hickman-Ollernick and Allison Hodges for sharing resources with me, which made it very easy for me to create this slideshow. I'm going to look at it this way, not in present mode initially. But what I did was there are three different kinds of multiplicative comparison problems. So the first three slides walk the students through those three types of problems and then slowly just take away the scaffolds for students so that they end up doing it on their own. Some important components that I've added is I think students always need to be thinking about what quantities they know and what they don't know. And the second question is going to be really important. They need to know what or who is the larger quantity. So you want them to be able to say before they even start solving the problem that Harry ran further than Jim. So then they can complete their bar models. What I've added down here is something that I think will help them make sense of the problem, and it also helps them see the equation that's going to solve the problem. So if they use this idea of the smaller quantity times the how many times equals the larger quantity, they can just plug the numbers into that equation to solve it, and also they will have the equation in front of them if the question is just asking for the equation. So I'm going to go ahead and present this to show you how things come in as you click through the slideshow. So the two questions you want them to answer, and then it works through the bar model. Down at the bottom, you can see the equation you want them to fill the amounts in. What they don't know is the larger quantity. So they can then solve it and write their answer in a complete sentence. So that's the first type of problem. Now here is where we don't know the larger quantity. So again, they go through, actually we don't know the smaller quantity, sorry. So they fill in what they know. They know how many times and they know the larger quantity. They're trying to find the smaller quantity. I like approaching this as a missing factor problem as opposed to whether we multiply or divide. So here they're going to say what number times 4 equals 20, and so they can solve the equation and say 5 times 4 equals 20, so Jim ran 5 laps. Here we're looking to find how many times greater. So again, they think that through in their head first, create their bar model, fill in the missing parts in their equation. And again, this shows them the equation 5 times x or 5 times n equals 20. They solve the equation by finding the missing factor, and Harry ran 4 times as many laps as Jim. So that walks them through the three types of problems they are responsible for knowing. Then what I did is as these go on, not everything is modeled for them. They need to do it on their own. I'm going to share with you a PDF copy as well if you want to give your students a hard copy. The suggestion that Kathy shared is that she uses a couple of questions with her students every day. So here's another example. And then I get to these and all of those scaffolds are taken away and they pretty much need to solve the problem on their own. Again, you can print these and have students work it or whatever works best for you. So there are a total of 14 slides. I can continue to make these and create more if it's something that you think is useful. So I hope you find that as a useful resource for your students, since multiplicative comparisons is huge for fourth grade. Thank you. Give me some feedback, please, and I can create more resources for you as needed.